Hi guys, I'm back, and today I brought with me my cousin Lucas. So Lucas, come over here. All right, say something.
Hi, my name is Lucas, and I like to play soccer with my cousin Jason. Thank you.
This is my 2 cents. So lately, everyone's been talking about the swine flu. You know, swine flu this, swine flu that, and it's been really confusing. The reason why I say it's confusing is because first, the WHO told us that, don't worry, you won't get swine flu if you eat pork because it's transmitted through air. And then the WHO told us that, you know what, whoops, we were wrong. You actually might get swine flu if you eat infected pork. And not only that, but they've renamed it to H1N1. Sounds like some really weird video game if you ask me. There's been 1,400 cases of people who have been infected around the world. There have been 150 deaths. So this is a pretty serious issue, but write a comment below telling me if you think, it's good that the media has put so much attention on a sickness, or maybe there are a lot of other things to talk about, like American Idol and why Adam is still on the show. And this happened to me the other day where I was sitting at a fast food restaurant, busy eating my burger, when all of a sudden I had the urge to cough. And the person next to me just stares for a good 5 seconds. And there I was thinking, it was just a cough. I don't have the swine flu. I'm sure I just choked on like an onion or a little too much ketchup. But the person decided to keep staring at me. So just for fun, I decided to cough again for no apparent reason. And wouldn't you know, the guy kept staring. And not only that, but a couple of other people too. So I decided to quickly finish my burger when all of a sudden I actually felt this thing in the back of my throat. And I really wanted to cough. So there I was trying to hold it in when I just couldn't. It was building up at the back of my throat, so I had to cough it out. So I thought if I did it quietly, no one would notice. But wouldn't you know it, they noticed. And it was just awkward. So, why is everyone talking about swine flu and thinking why when someone coughs now, everyone thinks, oh my god, he has the swine flu. Story number 2. A few weeks ago in the Netherlands, a guy named Kast Tates, or Kast Tates, however you pronounce his name, sorry if I got it wrong, the infamous driver who ran through a crowd with his car and killed 6 people? Yeah, that guy. I'm pretty sure you can find a clip of him doing that on YouTube. If not, you can turn on the news and I'm sure they talk about it sometimes. Anyways, so as it turns out, the reason why he did it was not because he hated the royal family. No, the reason why was because he lost his job and he just couldn't keep up with the payments for his house. So instead of finding help for his depression or looking for another job, he decided to go and get in his car and kill people. Yeah, I have nothing against people who are depressive or people who have just lost their jobs, because I know that can be a very emotional and traumatic part of your lives. However, if you know that you're sad, or if you know that things aren't going the way things should be going, go find help. And if you don't want to find help, and if you want to kill yourself, then by all means, go and do it. Just don't hurt other people if you're going to do it, okay? Don't get in your car and kill 6 other people just because you're having a bad day. Story number 3. My second favorite actor, Kiefer Sutherland from 24, pulled a Zidane the other day and headbutted a fashion designer. The fashion designer, Jack McCulloch's nose was broken, so he had to go to the hospital and get a couple of stitches. Apparently, Kiefer Sutherland was defending Brooke Shields' name during a heated argument at a Soho club during the Met's annual Costume Institute festivities after party. Sorry, I had to read that. It was a really long name. LA prosecutors are now investigating whether or not this headbutting incident violates Kiefer's parole, where I think 2 months ago he was arrested for his DUI or DWI, or drunk driving, drinking while drunk, driving drunk, whatever you want to call it. I just hope things can get cleared out so Kiefer can stay out of jail for more 24, which is always a good thing. So we'll see what happens on June 22nd when Kiefer is due in court for his headbutt. And wouldn't you know it, Manny Ramirez, one of Major League Baseball's greatest players, has been suspended by the league for 50 games because he took performance-enhancing drugs. Stay out of the frame. Okay. Okay, stop. Go away. Alright, so tell me guys, who didn't see this coming? Like after A-Rod and Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds all having their names tarnished forever because of their cases with their performance-enhancing drugs. It just, it seems like nowadays everyone's doing it. So I don't know what to say about it. You know what? So hi Lucas, or Lucas, hi. So you know what? Today's half finger of shame, because the other half has to go to someone else, and I'll talk about that later. So today's half finger of shame goes to Manny Ramirez for being just like A-Rod and Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, because you know what? I actually respected the guy. He was a pretty decent baseball player, but now because of his whole incident with these drugs, why is everyone taking drugs? It's a really quick thing about Susan Boyle, the British singer who was made famous on Britain's Got Talent. Yeah, if you haven't seen her performance by now, then shame on you. But really, go on YouTube, type in Susan Boyle, and I'm sure you'll see tens of hundreds of clips of her singing I Dreamed a Dream, and it's really good. And it just goes to show you that you can't judge a person based on their appearance. Props to her. I don't know if you've been reading the sports columns recently or if you've gone online and checked out some sports updates, but an NHL team, the Phoenix Coyotes, have declared bankruptcy because, come on, who in Phoenix actually goes and watch hockey games? And so the CEO of Research in Motion, or Mr. Blackberry as I like to call him because of his, Blackberry, Jim Balsillie, has offered the league $212.5 million for the team, and that is potentially $80 million more than what any other owner would potentially be offering right now, especially in these economic times. Players' salaries are tied to the team's revenues. I mean, why not sell the team to a guy who's willing to pony up that cash? And sure, he wants to move the team to a more desirable market that would attract a hell of a lot more fans. But unfortunately, we have a commissioner, Gary Bettman, who is just one of the world's biggest douchebags, and who says, no, moving a team to another market would be against league policies, and we should have hope in these American franchises because they have a lot of potential to be multi-million-dollar revenue-generating teams and whatever. So, that brings me to the second half of my finger of shame, because today's second finger of shame goes to the NHL commissioner, Gary Bettman, for being a douchebag, for not realizing that, hey, someone's offering $212 billion for a team. I know I was going to talk about Chrysler, but if you haven't known by now, they've gone bankrupt and they're working out a deal with the Italian car maker Fiat. And if you're curious about the auto industry, or if you're really bored and have nothing else to do, go online, type in Chrysler bankruptcy, and I'm sure you'll find hundreds, if not millions, of articles about Chrysler. This is my cousin, Lucas. This is my cousin, Mika. And that's my uncle, Mariano, because he just wants to be in the shot. Anyways, that's it for today's episode. I'll see you all guys later.
Bye-bye.